Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SK TV Live. Very sorry for the delay here. We had some technical issues, but grateful that it's resolved. But we want to welcome each and every one of you. Uh, I think we are here today for another edition. Welcome and welcome. Welcome to the show. Um, Happy Labor Day to some and to all, especially those of us in the US. Happy Labor Day. Johnson Milborn will be joining us momentarily here from Liberia. Siku will be joining us as well. But we want to welcome you. The entire team will be here today. We are here for another discussion. We'll try to be as fast as possible. We're talking about Nathaniel McGill today, his interview. We've listened to the interview, all of us. We'll play bits and pieces here if we can, just to give you the benefit of the doubt. We will play bits and pieces. We want to welcome each and every one of you. As we always say here, welcome and welcome our viewers from all around the world. We say welcome. Welcome to this show. Welcome to this edition. Today is Sunday, September the 4th, 2022. Welcome and welcome. Those of you in Liberia, Australia, Europe, Asia, and other parts of the world, we want to say welcome. We will be briefly bringing you, we'll play the clip for Nathaniel McGill for a few minutes. Most of you have seen it, and you know it. So we are going to play it again. But welcome to the show. As we always say, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. That is truth. Caroline, welcome. How are you? Happy first Sunday to you. Yes, today is the first Sunday of the month. Want to say welcome. Want to analyze Nathaniel McGill's press conference with Al Jazeera. I think that happened a day or two ago. Want to analyze that. But welcome to this edition. Welcome to the show. Help us share the show. Please invite someone. Amos, leave me, man. You enjoying the show? For you to say I can enjoy the show, I can lie too, man, but you always can't watch the show. Leave me, man. Yeah, leave me, man. Yeah, I can lie today, but you always watching me. Leave me, my man. You know you can enjoy the show, Amos. Let's say you can enjoy the show, you just shout out all. Just admit it, you're not getting in trouble, bro. Amos, welcome to the show, my man. Welcome to the show, Amos Topa. Let's bring in Milborn Kula here really quick. Milborn, my man, what's going on? You change? Oh, today you changed everything, eh? You bring it hot today, eh? Oh, yesterday we
Yes, but definitely yesterday I was between struggle and yesterday. So I thought it was. I said no. Today when I'm coming, I feel I gotta look for some kind of dress code that at least it will not be associated with any political party. But anyway, how be it? Want to say, well, yeah. I don't know. How you end, man? Today is the first Sunday, though. I don't know whether you go to church or you just for church.
My man, I've been thanking the Lord for the first Sunday. Traditionally, as you know, culturally, the first Sunday with a knock out communion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Are
you Baptist?
I'm not interdenominational. I'm interdenominational.
Okay, so that means you have no permanent church.
No, originally I started from the Catholic Church. I was an altar boy in the Catholic Church in Ivory Coast, where Lada he was there. I was an altar boy there. You already know what time it is. But anywho, the other conversation we're talking about, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, a proud Christian. Thank God for that. Raised from a Muslim family. So yes, I have a very strong, huge Muslim background. My entire
Okay.
mother's side, they're all
Okay.
Muslim.
All right.
So
Wow.
yeah, so as we speak now, the only thing that I have not gone to the mosque to pray, but my entire family prays.
Hmm.
So by the end of the day, my man, we are here. We want to drop
Yeah.
Natana Magil
It's the
stuff
same
really
God, though.
quick.
Yeah. Thank God, at least. Yeah. So, yeah. Hmm.
We on, right? We're already on.
Yeah, I don't know, but the internet trying to disturb any kind of my early stage, it just so yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah, but
we got to do something
let's
about it. Yeah.
while you're
So I
working on
don't
the
know whether
internet,
you get to me or if you don't get to me, then
I'm getting you. Can you hear me?
wow.
Melbourne, Melbourne, can you hear me? Okay, Melbourne will come back. Uh, he will come back. Melbourne will be here. But really quick, I wanted to run quick over this part because we got to go over this really quick. Let's have you listen to Nathaniel McGill share the show. We're going to share the show really quick, and we will go from there. But let's have you listen to Minister McGill here. Uh, we don't take it lightly. So therefore, yeah, so we don't want to wait. I'm not sure if you are. I wouldn't say much because I am in official position. I need feedback if you're. Just my allegations. I'm not sure what's going on. That's my position, so I wouldn't say much. Give me this back here. Try to persuade through the legal process. Okay. To see how we can have an opportunity to be heard. And I hope the United States being a democracy, believe in human rights, uh, you get justice for all. We give an opportunity.
Is there corruption at the highest level of government?
Well, Liberia, the laws in Liberia say one has to be proven guilty. Corruption is all going out. If I say that,
So let me see. Sorry.
I established corruption. They're not evident. Yeah, people may be corrupt. But the laws in Liberia say you have to bring evidence against individuals. So the are individuals who have been investigated. But at times our legal processes, we want to court on some of the allegations. They don't have laws. Because maybe the government now has sufficient evidence to prosecute, to proceed. So I am not a minister of justice, so I want to lead out to the legal process to handle that. But yes, the whole Africa, the whole system, the whole world, it's just difficult to say nobody is corrupt. And that would be honest to me from us. But you have to establish it because we're all required.
Are you corrupt?
No. You can't have all business people in this country. No businessman would tell you my get all out of it for money. No businessman. I want to go ask all the Lebanese people, all the business people in this country, Indian people, go ask them. What am I getting from my get? What are my get? I want to ask them for money.
Why do you think the United States Treasury put a sanction on you?
I don't know. Simple corruption. I don't know.
What are the consequences of those sanctions for you and your personal life?
Strong reputation. All I can say.
It has destroyed your reputation.
Sure.
And what was your reputation?
I'm just not lawful people. Lawful people. I'm in the somebody may have told us something. I don't think the American people hate me. But I think somebody may have just told them the wrong information. I don't believe that the United States hate me. I don't believe that. Somebody may have told them. I think it was genuine trying to find facts. And not genuine trying to establish fight for corruption. Because the fight, I mean, the United States is very tough. Fighting corruption. Somebody may have just told them the wrong information. Somebody may have just given them the wrong information. The truth is that people out there are using money.
Maybe it was one more video. And you can ask a lot of people here. People have been calling them using the money. We report it to the police. We report it to the press. The media has to register, arrest the people who claim to be Minister of State. Go on Facebook. They put money in Nathaniel Elmadio, Minister of State. They are calling people. Maybe because these people are actions who are doing this thing. And people think, I'm the one doing it, but I'm the one doing it.
Okay, let's talk about Liberia and Liberians. There's been a few protests, shorter numbers, but still people protesting. And in general, Liberians don't like corruption, right?
Of course. Nobody actually don't like corruption. I think the fight against corruption, I'm a champion. The president himself is a champion. That's the reason why when you saw my letter, I said it was a good thing for the president to do. Because an allegation of corruption should be taken seriously. And the president should not compromise on that because it is his friend or it is mean. The president should deal with it. And if the president is not truthful and for all like more, and you feel the full weight of the law. And the United States will be consistent in fighting corruption. So I don't think the king attacked me. Or somebody may have been there. Somebody may have told a story that is correct. And there are people out there who are using my name. That is a fact. It's a fact. And we reported people have been arrested. Somebody may say against Georgia, but I'm not the guy who's doing it.
I want to talk to you about this sense. I mean, for Liberians, ordinary Liberians, the COVID outbreak, you had Ebola, you had a lot of things. I mean, under George Weah's presidency, you had a lot of stuff to deal with on the economic front. And it seems that ordinary Liberians are suffering. And when you speak to some of them, they say, well, you know, the people higher up are getting richer, whilst the poor are getting
This perception. Perception is a problem in Africa. When you're in government, there's a huge expectation. And people are right to have expectations. It has a responsibility by every leader to solve the issue of the people. So you have more responsibility, constitutional responsibility. So people expect a lot from you. But more perception is there are more perception issues. And we have a lot 174 years. So it's not just in the president, we have time. They've been there before. Go to the last administration. So the issue of corruption was there before. Our time, corruption issues always there. So we have to fight to deal with that.
Is there anything you want to add, Mr. McGill?
The only story I want to add, it was the story that you connected me to. You came to do an investigation, which I think you, as a journalist, you have a right to investigate anything you think that's when you did a story about what happened in Liberia regarding fear Liberian citizens who died. And the assumption with the story reported is that, we did it. And by connecting me to that story for everything, I can't one guy people in for everything. One guy. I do everything. And then I know what God has me when the cabinet minister doing everything. Everybody have a considered responsibility. I'm engaged. If something happens somewhere, people take responsibility for their own action.
Let me ask you one more question. Is there in this country a culture of fear and silence when it comes to talking about corruption, especially in people that are powerful?
No. My brother, my brother is so free that you can talk about anything that can happen to you. People abuse the president. Since you're being abused, being threatened by anything. Since you're being abused, you see so army in the streets. You see people with guns in the streets. You count all the countries, you see that happening, all right? But in Liberia, you don't see policemen with guns in the street. You don't see soldiers on the street.
Now, the opposition says that corruption, or members of the opposition, but also civil society activists, corruption is endemic in Liberian society.
If being here or anything in the job you have to buy. It's like
Yeah, just stand on this with the camera. Where are we at?
It's rolling.
Just stand by. Let's just wait till she's filming. You just be careful because she's going to be filming across the room now. Your Ministry of Information, maybe if you move on the other side.
Can we just get out?
Just me and him
Yeah.
in the room. Thank you very much. So, sorry. So, is there a culture, just for the lights, is there a culture, sir, of silence and fear when it comes to talking about corruption?
No. You see, sir, demonstration. There are a few, it ain't no problem. People insult the president. They always just speak out against corruption. Always not given the right to go in the industry. You see, they look like, if you see soldiers in the streets, have you seen soldiers in the street with guns? Compared to the African countries. They don't feel that right is free. People say, well, we don't listen. Our democracy has to be true. Respect to the leadership is president.
Now, you've gone to England, I think, a few weeks ago, and there's an incredible picture of you where there's all these pastors around you fighting. What were they fighting for? What was that about?
It was that made me laugh. Liberia's a Christian country. Pray for government. All the administrators. Why was the situation is going to the they're doing a lot of prayer.
There's going to be an investigation now following the U.S.
I hope so. I hope there'll be one.
You hope that there will be an investigation.
Yeah, and what I want,
You want an investigation.
of course, if I'm given an opportunity to provide the drug police, and I need that. I need a true story. I need to know what I did.
You need to know what you did.
Right.
So you welcome going to court or having a lawyer and will you accept whatever sentence or
Consistent with the law. Consistent with the law.
ruling?
Consistent with the laws of Liberia. Always.
I guess just a regular question to you now is, what's next? What's your next steps? What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm waiting for God's intervention. I've spoken to my lawyers. My lawyers are working, and they were advising me on my next step. He said, I don't blame the Americans. I don't think, like I said, I don't think the Americans, there should be no reason why the Americans hate me. But I think somebody misled. You know, it's an investigation. Somebody told them a story. Because maybe they have spoken to me to get a fight from me, probably the back of the side story. I know I had such an opportunity. This is an investigation. They accused me doing giving. I mean, what's happening? You got to think of it. It's like all in this. You start engaging it. I know I had such an opportunity.
All right, folks. That is or was
As a surprise.
the suspended, sanctioned Minister of State, Nathaniel McGill. We will get through Nathaniel McGill's conversation today. The goal is, first of all, to analyze Nathaniel McGill's speech or his interview, provide you with the opportunity to call in to interact with us. Melbourne, what is your impression of? I'm not sure if Melbourne is hearing me. I think Melbourne is having some technical problem over there, so he will be back in a minute. But for those of you following us, welcome to SKTV. Welcome to today's edition. You might have heard this on other platforms. You might have heard Nathaniel McGill speaking. You might have watched it live, some of you. But just before we go into the discussion, to give you my take on Nathaniel McGill's interview, I'd like to remind you of what Nathaniel McGill is against, because I'm not sure if he thinks this is a CDC or Liberia talking point, or he thinks that Liberian people he's dealing with. To be quite honest, I'm not really sure. Let me read to you exactly what is written on the U.S. Treasury website. The Department of Treasury of the United States. Let me read to you what is said about Nathaniel McGill, and maybe this will put this in context before we can even talk about what Nathaniel McGill is up against. Nathaniel McGill is Minister of State of Presidential Affairs and Chief of Staff to President Weah. During his tenure in government, McGill has bribed business owners, received bribes from potential investors, accept kickbacks for steering contracts to companies in which he has an interest. Nathaniel McGill has manipulated public procurement processes in order to award multi-million dollars contract to companies in which he has ownership, including by abusing emergency procurement processes to rig contract bids. McGill is credibly accused of involvement in a wide range of other corruptions, including soliciting bribes from government officials, from government office seekers, and misappropriating government assets for his personal gain. He has used government funds allocated to other Liberian government institutions to run his own projects, made off the books payments in cash to senior government leaders, and organized warlords to threaten political rivals. McGill has received an unjustified stabbing from various Liberian government institutions and used his position to prevent his misappropriation from being discovered. McGill regularly distributes thousands of dollars undocumented cash to other government officials for government and non-government activities. Let me say this to McGill first before we get into the conversation for today. And like I said, Sekou and Melbourne will be joining us here. Sorry we were late. We had some technical problems, but we're glad that it's resolved. Let me say this to McGill. If you think this is a Liberia's conversation, that you can just sit and wear a jean trouser and a t-shirt and go to an interview and lie in the interview again, I don't think you know what you're up against. I don't think you have any clue where your name has gone. I don't think you have clue, but I wouldn't expect you to have clue, to be quite honest. No disrespect. I wouldn't expect you to have any clue. Because for you and others, you think it's just a Liberia's conversation. You think this is limited to just Liberia. You really think so. You really, really think so. You really think so. I'd like you to go check on our sanction list or go back and check, see the kind of people then who the names are on that sanction list. Apart from you, Serena Cephas, and what a guy named Bill Thorley, and Varney Sherman, and Prince Johnson. You guys are just like that. That's just Liberia. Go double check that list. Go double check that list. You have people who their own money can buy the entire Liberia on that list. So you are in a big league, dude. You're in a big league. This is not a joking matter. I'm not sure how you came about to give this interview. I'm not sure who talked to you about this interview or how you're scheduled or what went on, how it was arranged. If your lawyers are in the know of this, if I'm not sure how this was planned or organized. But first of all, I want to say to McGill, welcome to the big leagues. You're playing in a very big league. You're playing in an international league. You are. This is not your local league. I wanted to make sure I clear that, clear the air or get out of the table first before we can have this conversation. McGill, you are up against some serious charges. Very serious charges. Very, very serious charges. You are not just accused of one corruption scheme or one level of corruption. You are in some serious trouble. I'm being very honest with you. You are in some serious trouble. It is not going away. Let us be clear about it. It's not going away. It's not going to go away, McGill. It is not. You just have no clue where you are. You have no clue. But I think it's starting to sink in because I could see your physical morphology or your physical features in the recording or the interview. I could see that you've lost some weight. That's obvious. I could see from your demeanor or your physical expression, I would say, that you seem troubled, worried. You seem very concerned. It's not the giggly McGill, the talking too much, making no sense McGill. It was not necessarily that McGill I saw. It was not necessarily that McGill I saw. So you're in a big trouble. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second here. Just give me 1 minute. I will take a quick second break. I'm sorry for the brief interruption, but like I was saying, McGill is in some mess. I term it as he's in some beautiful nonsense. McGill is in trouble, basically. Basically, he's in trouble that the president is not able to get him out of. The Liberian government is not able to get him out of. There is no amount of prayers that can get him out of this trouble. Let me say that to you who are Christians, and all of us are Christians. There is no amount of juju that can get him out of this trouble because the U.S. Treasury Department not waking up one day and say they made a mistake on their names and they're taking it down and they're good to go. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you can go to the church, you can go to the juju, you and Bill Tarley and other people, Bill Tarley can pass it around and try to allegedly kill little children or whatever it is, or so that they can renew their juju or do whatever they want to do. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. This is serious. And it needs seriousness. But let's go back to McGill. Let's go to the interview because that's what I'm interested in. And that's what I think I need to focus on before Sekou come on, because Sekou will lead you guys into the next few more minutes here. I've got to run. But let me give you my take why Sekou is gearing up to come on. Let me remind you of this, of the interview. I have several questions for McGill. First of all, McGill lie. The country is not safe for people to talk about corruption. That is not true. That is not true. I don't think I have that McGill song you're talking about, Deganti. If you send it to me, that would be great. I don't think I've come across it. I don't think I've come across it. So, McGill lied. The country is not free of talking about corruption. When you start to talk about the corruption, they go after you. When you do. When you have evidence of the corruption, they go after you to get rid of you. As evidenced by the editors, as evidenced by Baten Nyenswa, who is alleged his girlfriend finally wants to speak that Samuel Twe them orchestrated his death. Samuel Twe's brother is alleged, like I said. We have not been able to follow with that story. So we can 100% stand by those sayings. So that's why we're using the word alleged. So Maggie is lying. When Yeke would speak about the corruption, they would threaten Yeke to get him out of the house. So they lie. They lie. The country is not a place where you can just speak of corruption or open things. That is not true. And Maggie, we're not stupid. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. Some people can go to Liberia today because they have been speaking as they are. You guys have threatened people. You guys have threatened people. Secondly, Michael did lie. I'm not sure you have this kind of big allegation on your head. And you, Michael, you're telling people to go around and ask the Lebanese people. You got to be on the witnesses. It's like Samuel Twe telling you go ask the Yana boys on the street. I took the 25 million there and I distributed to them. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all can't be pissing on people here and telling us it's raining. That's not fair. We're supposed to go ask the Lebanese men. Most of the Lebanese guys are the corrupt people in the country too. They facilitate your corruption. They do. They do facilitate your corruption. Most of the Lebanese guys, they do. That the same Lebanese guy knows who to go ask. That Lebanese man knows who to go ask. Come on, man. Nobody's stupid yet. Nobody going to ask no Lebanese people. Nobody got time to go ask no Lebanese people. We saw that same scam from Samuel Tuet when Samuel Tuet told us to go and ask the Yana boys on the street. So you can't tell us to go ask the Lebanese people. That doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. And we're not stupid. We're not a bunch of stupid people. For you to tell us, let's go ask the Lebanese people. Let's go ask the other group. Let's go ask the other group. Who will go and ask? Ask the Lebanese people to tell them what thing. If the Lebanese people are not giving you money. The people telling you that you bribe, you receive bribe, and you bribe. And you say we can go ask the Lebanese people? Which Lebanese men will ask? Seti brothers? Seriously? Or you want to go ask the Lebanese guy where the little girl died in his yard? And you shield those guys? So which Lebanese guy will ask? Which one of the Lebanese guys will ask? And I can say for a fact, now maybe not all the Lebanese people in Liberia, but most of the Lebanese guys are corrupt. I can say that on record. Most of them are corrupt. They aid and abet you guys into your nonsense. If Tiawan Gonglo had not intervened in my case, there was a Lebanese guy that wanted to take away my properties, a couple of properties from me. That is a fact. I know that. It was a serious case. Up to the point where the Lebanese guys went and bribed my own lawyer. Can you imagine? Bribed the judges. Can you imagine? So I'm not just speaking because I want to speak. I'm speaking because I know the evidences that you put out. That's not true. That is not true. So we know what's up. Your Lebanese guy story, carry with you in Papua. They will listen to you there. Carry in Bonkante, they will listen to you there. Ain't no American investigator going to ask any corrupt Lebanese guy. That's not going to happen. So those references, those point of reference, I don't understand. Those point of references you were giving the people that you want for them to go ask, they're not true. That is not true. That is not true. Again, I was a victim. But finally, God first, Tiawan Gonglo, we did fight that case and everything was resolved. Yep. You empower the Lebanese people. You see Lebanese men getting Liberian men food. You siphon money through them too as well. You think people don't. Anyways, something we're not going to. But at that other time, come and say you want to implicate the Lebanese guys too. You just put the Lebanese men in situation they can't handle too, because we'll follow up with them too. You put the Lebanese guys in situation. Send out your witnesses. They're your key witnesses. Don't worry. But over that, apart from that, and let me read it because some of you might say, "Oh, now what my guest said. This is what my guest said," because we have the transcript here of that interview. Here is the transcript. We have the transcript of that interview. This is what my guest said. Just go ask around, ask people, the Indians, business people, etc. None of them will tell you. I think no one is having some technical. Just go ask around. This is what my guest said in the interview. This is what my guest said in the interview. Quote, just go ask around. Ask the people. Ask the Indian business people, etc. None of them will tell you they have given money. They have given money. My guest indicated during the interview. Something not wrong with McGill. Something not wrong with McGill. Look, let me say this. When McGill says the president fights against corruption, McGill lie. George Weah does not fight against corruption. George Weah is corrupt. I know all the small soldiers will come today again. I don't have a problem with small soldiers there. I told you, I said that your rebel leader, me are a turtle. I don't talk to small soldiers. Because you're not important. You're full soldier, they always pass around main laws. George Weah is corrupt. I know somebody will say, why you gotta say George Weah is corrupt? Our law say you gotta go through the code of competence jurisdiction. Okay. But I'm not going through the code of competence jurisdiction because the code of competence jurisdiction itself is corrupt. Yep. Your Solicitor General is sanctioned. Your Solicitor General, who's to be passing around, they're talking about he's the chief prosecutor in the nation, is sanctioned. So they're corrupt as well. The whole group, they're corrupt. As evidenced by that, President George Weah, check President George Weah record saying he came to government. He has always hired people with shady characters. If that lie, let's look at everybody he's hired. Let's look at everybody that around him. Almost all of them got some kind of corruption allegation or corruption scheme, or they're attached to some kind of stealing. Go think about it. All his key allies. Go think about it. Think about it. This is not my truth. And I'm making it up. Yes, we played the McGill interview already, Victoria. We did. We played the McGill interview. Unfortunately, maybe you came a little later. But we did. And we listened to McGill making fool of himself. Not only that, McGill asserts that people are using his name. What if McGill knows that people are using his name? If McGill knows that people are using his name, who are those people? Because apparently he's aware of people using his name. Apparently he's aware of it. So who are those people? McGill also asserts that people lie on him. They give the Americans and other people misinformation. Who are those people? Is McGill trying to say something here that we don't know? Because we want to know too. Because in all honesty, whether McGill likes it or not, he's in trouble. And I don't see his way out of this trouble. He can buy a way out of it. He can talk a way out of it. First of all, he ain't talking anything that making sense. The thing he's talking not rational. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, it doesn't make sense. His justifications are very poor. People who are caught in these kind of crimes, most of the times, they don't even rush to speak. Because anything you say can really be used against you in a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, here's the thing. Most times, people who are found in these kind of cases speak via their lawyers. The lawyers will talk for them. Even interviews, most times the lawyer would be right by the side while they're talking, or the lawyers are talking on their behalf. That's what people do. Because you don't want to say certain things. You don't want to say certain things. You don't want to say certain things that will further incriminate you. But I don't think McGill, I don't think he gets it. And I think this interview opens up for more questioning. Who are those people that have been saying something about McGill or been using McGill's name? McGill knows them. And he's telling people, oh, you're going on Facebook. So the people that are on Facebook, they don't want to go into. First of all, said McGill admitted that there was crimes committed. Unknowingly, he admitted that there were crimes committed. He said there are people using his name. Okay. If there are people using your name, and that will be your justification, then let's move forward. Who are those people? He said if we put on some of the police. He said they reported some of those people to the police. These guys, these guys don't understand some things. But anyways, Melbourne, I'm not sure if Melbourne can hear me. Mr. Kula, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you, Steve. I'm
Wonderful.
getting you loud and clear, but it's
What
just
what
that
what
the
what is your
internet
take?
is
What is
so
your take on
frustrating, yeah.
what is your take on that interview?
Yes, for me, I think sometimes when something happens to you, and when you have a lawyer will tell you to remain silent, or even when police officer go at your house, maybe to arrest you, they will tell you that you remain silent, don't talk until or you reach to the law, or maybe you go to court and so on. But on a very serious note, I think sometimes when you are guilty, when you're guilty of something, sometimes you feel that the best way is maybe to be talking. And when you talk, the more you talk, the more you be putting yourself into more trouble, because if you talk, you may talk things maybe that may indict you more. So, from my own observation with our entire interview with coming from the former or the suspended minister Nathaniel Magé, I think he's air on a very serious note, because the more you talk, the more he bring in more trouble on himself and maybe other people, because already according to the sanctions they said that don't do business with anybody and anybody shouldn't review. So sitting there calling other people names, bringing other people maybe saying this and saying that, I think he's not doing well for himself. The best thing to do as a person silent, just remain silent for the sake of your family and your own life. Because the more you talk, that's the more you may likely lie on other people. Because maybe Frank or Steve, sometimes when people are frustrated, maybe when there's certain situation that they can't easily handle, maybe they don't want only they want to go there. So, all right, so Steve, we got to leave you because of the news, the 7 o'clock news. So I want to say thanks to you guys. 15 minutes of news coming up next, and we'll catch you. That will be later on.
Yes, so they had to go to read the news bulletin, but Sekou will be joining us in a few minutes from now. But and Sekou will be taking over from there. But here is an issue based on what Milburn said. I think it made more sense that Nathaniel Magil would implicate other people, because what Nathaniel Magil is saying, in essence, is that other people didn't do it, and I mean do it. That's exactly what Nathaniel Magil is saying. That he did nothing wrong, he has done nothing wrong. People just lie on him. But this is a problem in itself, because who are those people that lied on him? This is the biggest question. Who are those people that lied on him? Why would they lie on him? Can Nathaniel Magil identify the people who lie on him? And let me tell you, Nathaniel Magil, you're not going to bring a bunch of Togo there and park them somewhere and say, that my witness ain't yet. Nobody's too big yet. Because if I go pay a couple of Zogo there, who not get high and say whatever. And not true. The sources that provided the information, when you read the indictment here, that time again, you just don't have clue about the thing that you are in. You have no clue. This is part of the indictment. Look at what it says here. McGill is credibly accused of involvement in a wide range of other corruption schemes, including, so you hear that, credibly accused. That means the people who talk, or the people who provided evidences, or the evidences are provided against you, those evidences are credible. I don't know if you understand what credible means. I don't know. Maybe at the UL, when you and Akaras Gray and other people were going to school there, you'll probably pay for them to graduate you because all I see you're doing around is talking a bunch of nonsense and not making any sense to anybody. Talking about you're revolutionary and you're general and you're the other one, you're the other one. Because people who talk logic make sense of things. But you, McGill, and the Twe, I don't know. Maybe the whole LU said they need to shut it down. I think we need to start having these kind of conversations. Or there has to be a total reform. Because that bunch of garbage we're getting from there, let's be very honest. That bunch of garbage we're getting from there. All the people that went to LU for the most part, most of them that we see in government, they're just corrupt products, most of them. They're just corrupt. So that's a big question. Maybe you're paid for your grade or your this, you got involved with all kind of funny. So maybe it's time, especially those, no disrespect, that guy just got your bachelor's, you're passing around talking a bunch of nonsense. You think you know it. You think you know it all. You just talk nonsense. And this is what the quagmire we're in. Because look at the kind of criminals the university is producing. Look at the kind of people. Look at the kind of character the university. Just look at these people. When we say, and don't disrespect LU, listen, no disrespect to LU. LU has some good people, some brilliant people. But in the majority, especially those ones that have come to government, most of them are corrupt. Most of them are problematic. So, I don't know if we need to shut LU down or we need to change the entire, leadership, because it's a reflection of the school. Then we talk so all of them came from LU. From what I'm being told, all they used to do sit on the Palawa Hall, talk nonsense all day, drink power, smoke, get high, come and just talk nonsense all day. And this is the same nonsense they've been talking. And they're seen as national leaders to go and they vote them in. And this is the problem we have on hand. This is the problem we have on hand. Let's be honest. Look, the same way how you the product of your mind, your back. You're the product of your family. That the same way how that the result we get from the schools we got in Liberia. Look at the garbage we are producing. Look at the garbage we're producing. This is a disgrace. My girl comes from LU. I don't know if he understands what credible sources mean or credible people mean, or they inform them credibly. I don't know if he understands that. I don't know if he understands that. But I don't think he would understand that. But this is a shame and a problem for our country and the educational system. It's a total reflection of the university, whether you like it or not. It's no disrespect to LU. I have no personal issues with LU. I have no problem with LU. But if we have these kind of products, then we have a problem. We have a problem. The same way how when you misbehaving in public and you acting out of the way in public is a reflection of where you come from. It's a problem. Koli Musa, I'm not retracting no statement. You're my former classmate. You went to LU. It doesn't mean that LU have produced most of the brightest and the best. So I'm not retracting any statement. I'm not retracting. I stand by what I say here. I will stand by it today. I'll stand by it tomorrow. LU has produced a bunch of trash. And if you misbehave, then maybe you're among the trash. But you've not been misbehaving. You've been at your best behavior. As far as I'm concerned, you're not a corrupt man. My girl is a corrupt man. Look at Akaras Gray. Look at what he named. Samuel Twe. What these guys are products of LU. These guys, these are the universities that they went to. They're killing the reputation of the school. Again, if English are your problem from LU, then I'm a problem. I said there are some good products from LU. I'm not going to take it from them. But the majority of the trash and the nonsense that they're putting out is a bad reflection on the school. It's questionable. If you have 100 graduates coming from LU, and you have 20 of them that are corrupt, 80 of them corrupt, and you say the school got good repetition, then you have a problem. You yourself have an inherent problem. I'm saying here, I will stand by what I said. LU is producing corrupt people. It's a reflection on them. It needs to be revisited. Yes, I agree with you, Joseph Konto, especially in recent times. Especially those rebels that came and went to and said they were going to school. They're not going to school. They just used to go there and go make noise. And I say that I stand by it. Nathaniel McGill has a rebel record. Yes, he has a rebel record. He does. So most of these guys, when they went to school, go check the track record. They were the ones sitting on that Palava Hall talking a bunch of nonsense all day while other people were in school. That's all Moses Akara Gray does. Talk beautiful nonsense all day. Now, it's not a bad thing when you come from fighting the war and you want to go, you register to go to school. It's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you go to school, you go to school. And you, Koli Musa, you know very well that when we went to school, we went to school. We were students. We're not making noise around. We're not passing around making fool of ourselves. You know when we went to school, we went to school. When they say shut up, you shut up. As evidenced by that, that's why when you left the Ivory Coast and went to LU, you behave because you knew your foundation. So you were quite different from those guys who came into LU with that rebellious rebel behavior that they are still moving around with. It's a problem. You don't think that's a problem? And you get Nathaniel McGill, I don't understand simple English says that we got credible. You know what it means? Passing around talking a bunch of shenanigans, talking about pastor that went pray for him and that will rescue him. Are you serious? In most recent years, LU is producing garbage. I stand by that statement. I'm not going to retract it. LU is producing garbage. They need to be careful about what they do. This is one of this. Back in the days when you hear about LU, we're talking about repetition. We're talking about people. When you see LU products, you are proud. I'm being told that back in the days, even LU students, when they come here, they will do well. Yes, we understand that the war spoiled everything. Truth. That is the truth of the matter. Oh, but we can't talk about the garbage that they're producing. They are producing a bunch of garbage. Bunch of students who are paying for grades. This is the result you get. When you put them in government, they do the same thing. They come and bribe people the same way they bribe the teachers. This is the reflection, the exact reflection. I listened to Lesser Tenor, Dr. Lesser Tenor. And he questioned Nathaniel McGill's intelligence. Some of you thought it was political. It was not political. It was the reflection. It was the reflection. If Nathaniel McGill even pass, that's why he can't understand some of these things. And you get these guys who don't know what they're doing. You put them in government. You put them in power. They carry the same behavior because that's what they know. And President George Weah, these are the kind of people he likes to be around with funny characters. And y'all want to say President George Weah as saint? President George Weah is as corrupt as the people that he brings around him. I say it. And I stand by it. If all of your friends are corrupt, if all of the people who you work with are corrupt and shady characters, if you can pick, Liberia has good people, whether they're opposition or they're good citizens. I say it. They are good citizens, but there are also rebels in CDC. There's small soldier there. So why President George Weah can gravitate towards the good ones? President George Weah nominees. Look at the most recently. Look at the nominees he's brought. We told him, don't bring I don't know, Nabadiski or whatever it is. Wambo DK. Don't bring Wambo DK. He brought Wambo DK. We said don't bring the other guy who got airplane certificate and he's not airplane manager. He still brought a guy. What kind of problem we see? What kind of problem we see? And y'all want to say, yeah, y'all want to lecture up? So LU need to do well. Nathaniel McGill doesn't know what's going on. Nathaniel Magio is confused. He's perplexed. You're talking too much. You need to shut up, slow down, and put yourself together. I mean, that's all I can say for today. But Nathaniel Magio is in a situation he can't handle. Melbourne, you have to mute yourself, Melbourne. I think they're on a news bulletin, Sekou.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Let it go ahead with that right now.
Yes, I thought they'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. So, Mr. Kenneth, welcome to the show. We played Nathaniel Magio. I will turn it over to you and leave it over to you.
So the Nathaniel Magio issue you're on today?
Yeah, Nathaniel Magio, and the way he was saying that they're a new prisoner because he started. The way he was saying that there's someone a new prisoner. He started a new prisoner and talking like Uzoro feel sorry for him. Nobody feeling sorry for you. Nobody feeling sorry for you, Eugene Fagon. Nobody feeling sorry for you. Nobody. All of you are criminals. So you'll go sit down somewhere. Yeah, so Mr. Kenneth, that's where we are, and you already know what time it is. I will leave you with your people so that you can take it from here.
Oh, you can't leave it like that. Let me ask you a few questions before you go.
Yes.
First of all, folks, I want to say thank you to all of you for being here, even though I'm late. But I had something to take care of, and I couldn't really come on right away. I told Steve that I was going to be late, but it's better late than never. It's good to be here. Oh, there's something happening. Oh, Kim post comment. Well, what did you do today? People were telling me say we can't post comments.
I don't know.
I think you went live on all of the account, including my personal account, everything.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's okay.
I told you we had technical problems, so I think that triggered everyone at once.
Yeah, that triggered something. Let me see what's going on here.
All right, fix it really quick, because.
Let me remove that other one and see what happened.
Oh, yeah. Sekou, I will have to send it. Let me send it.
I took it out.
Oh, I just seen it. Lofa, I just saw it. Lofa, we're good. I just saw it.
What would Lofa say?
He coming on. I didn't send a link.
Oh, Lofa Julius?
Yeah, I didn't send a link to him, but he coming. I didn't send it. I just sent it to him right now. I didn't see it.
And there was a problem too. They were not even allow SKTV to even comment.
So people not commenting, eh?
No, people commenting, but you yourself cannot write anything there. You like write a number and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, Johnson is ready.
With a technical problem, I think we're good to go now.
Johnson, my man, you back? I finished talking about LU product Nathaniel Magio.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, the news bulletin came out. But anyway, the boss is here. So I don't know, Chief, is the Sunday that is doing you that or what? Or what happening?
I was doing something and I was so tired, so I had to take a nap.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
I was, and I told Steve I was going to at least maybe come half of the time.
Oh, okay, I see. Anyway, welcome. So welcome. Yeah, so Steve. So actually, they suspended our minister. He really making things hard for himself. Let me be frank, because talking, and in fact going as far as calling for international or network, to come and maybe air your views or so on. For me, I see that as complete embarrassment for him, because you're continuing to implicate yourself over and again, because if you're not careful with what you're saying, the more you talk, the more you in fact, the more you talk, as the more time, in fact, you're going to be bringing in some things that maybe that we don't even know about. So, it bring more problem out, or in fact, it made things worse for himself. So you got to be careful and just remain mute. For me, as I think that's one thing. But today is really, really charged here in maneuver, even though you didn't ask me, because we were like on a breakthrough the internet or situation with the former finance minister in person of Honorable Connor.
Yes.
So yes, I'm Connor today. He touched down today at the RIA, and it was really, really, really interesting that, Liberian turn up today, to welcome the former finance minister. So the program is still ongoing. I think it's somewhat around the Black Gina belt. Well, yes, it's somewhat around that end. But actually, the welcome was so interesting today for him. So yeah, so these are trading things that happen here in Liberia, especially in Monrovia.
Okay, so Amaracone was welcome as a hero.
Yes, in fact, myself, it really surprised me though, because the kind of
I personally didn't follow it, but I saw that SKTV was live.
Mhm.
And that reporter from Banga, I think he's the one that carried. I did
Okay.
not even know what was going on. So I saw something about SKTV live, and then I went there and I saw that he said people came from all walks of life to come and welcome former finance minister Amaracone. I was like, okay, what's going on? Yeah, I knew that Amaracone was going to Liberia. I think I spoke to him about maybe 3 weeks ago. He told me that in September, that was in last month, that in September you're going to be going back to Liberia. I believe he has a political ambition. I believe. I don't know detail yet. Yeah, but whatever the case is, I mean that's Liberia. One day you are a criminal, the next day you are the hero.
And that's the point. And later news to also coming up that the suspended Minister of State, Honorable Nathaniel Magay, will any time from now on will be petitioned by the people of Bon County to run as senator in the pending 2023 election. That's the latest news coming up also. So to just back up,
okay. All right. I mean that's interesting information. So let me say this. When I listened to the video, the interview, the so-called interview with my the way I listened to him, he was sounding very very disorganized, very disjointed, and he was sounding very sad. He was sounding somehow like someone who trying to play victim. But he said something. He said maybe somebody went into American people something, and he said he's not corrupt. He said, and then he said you cannot stop corruption anywhere. I didn't listen to it when you guys play it right now, but I listened to it before.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't stop corruption, but if you can prove it, or if somebody is not guilty of corruption, you cannot just outrightly say they are corrupt. But what I saw, this is a big problem for CDC. McGill, like him or hate him, McGill is very strategic. McGill have worked with all the government, including Taylor,
exactly,
Ellen, and now we are. When McGill joined the CDC, McGill came and outshined everybody that were there. That's why the likes of Lester Channing and other guys are angry because McGill came and took over. McGill is very strategic. If you manage the criminal aspect, the corrupt aspect, McGill is smarter than most of those guys around George Weah. That's why he came and took over George Weah, micromanage George Weah, and be the arrowhead for the CDC and make all decisions. All George Weah does is to sign. So what is going on now? McGill was the one that gave job to people like Eugene Fagon and other people. CDC is divided. The McGill's faction and the Molba Molu's faction. All the talk they can be hearing from Lester Turning and all the other guys, Molba Molu is part of it. even that discussion, Molu said the president been taking money from people. I mean, we come out of the country, he solicit funds, then he will go and pocket them. It was not liquor talk. When he said the president want to sleep with everybody, or he slept with almost all the other women, all the women that are in the government, before you get there, you got to sleep with them. It was not a liquor talk. There's a huge fight for leadership. There's a power struggle in the CPP, in the CDC. And in the CDC, the McGill group comprised of the like of Eugene Fagon and some other people that I may not give their name. Then the Molu faction are Akala Gray, Thomas Fala, what the other guy name? So those guys, they thought they are the grassroots of the CPP, of the CDC. So when McGill came and took over, they felt like they fought for WIA, they fought for CDC for 12 years. Now somebody came and took over. Forgetting to know that McGill, the one that led the CDC to the election. The election that they won and got the presidency came from McGill. And most of the strategy that they've been carried on to win some election, like the one in Lofa County, McGill, was all McGill's work. So what's going on right now? When McGill got suspended, when McGill received the how do you call it? The sanction.
The sanction, yeah.
McGill got sanction. Citizen from the McGill part, they didn't want McGill to be suspended. They just wanted the president to say, like they usually do. They would say, this is just, an allegation. The president will look into it,
They were coming from the CPP angle or maybe the opposition side.
Yeah, so they want to put it that way. They were fighting hard to put the blame on ANC, especially on the committee. But that didn't work because the pressure was too much. It stayed too much. So now the president went ahead and suspended McGill. And when you are suspended, McGill has no access to everything he had access to, especially when it comes to money. Not only that people are watching, but CDC themselves are watching anything that happens. Let's say McGill just, suspended as a lip service, but not actually suspended. Anything that happened, they were talking. Some of us we sitting here, they will call someone and tell us exactly what's going on. So at the end of the day, those who are benefiting from McGill are angry. The likes of Eugene Fagon was actually on payroll with McGill. McGill is the one that was holding Eugene Fagon. Even though he's not in government anymore, but every now and then the 5,000, 10,000 will be dropping for him. That's why when McGill was finally suspended, then Eugene Fagon became a loose cannon. Like when you get crazy dog, you get a leash, and then you try to unleash it, and then you jumping all over the place. Anybody hang on everybody, or anybody, even people who are passing on the street will attack anybody. That's how Eugene Fagon is right now. Eugene Fagon only hope was McGill, and now he has to understand that McGill is not going to come back. McGill is not going to come back in that position. Eugene Fagon knows that. So right now, as we speak, if you listen to Eugene's one of his video, one of his his podcast, he said, since McGill was suspended or was sanctioned, he accused Samuel to have never been there, never called a man, or never even show any sympathy to the man. How did he know that? Because McGill is talking to them. So McGill now have unleashed all his boys now. It's going to get very interesting.
Mm.
CDC is divided.
Okay.
McGill supporter feel that the president threw him under the bus. Imagine just with sanction, you not even fire him yet.
Mhm.
So the information that you just gave, McGill does not want to stay out of the spotlight.
Okay.
You know, to get used to power
Mhm.
and to just come see yourself out of it in a split second,
Mhm.
he did not see it coming.
Mm.
So right now, CDC, the two factions of the CDC,
Mhm.
the one that are threatening that they may not support George Weah in 2023,
Okay.
their fight was to make sure that McGill, even though opposition are saying McGill should be fired, all the
Mhm.
corrupt people should be fired, but some CDC, their fight was McGill should relinquish power because they feel like the president has inherited all his power to, to McGill. He took all his power to, he handled all his power to McGill. McGill was
Yes.
in control of the president's power.
Because he was
He don't want to do all the appointments. He don't want to decide who fire, who is hired. So at the
exactly.
end of the day, now McGill is no longer in the picture for some reason. But they are still skeptical. Is he going to come back? Okay, let's assume if he's not coming back, who's going to replace him? Is it going to be one of the people there from the Moluba Molu camp? Or is it going to be one of the people from McGill camp? So the fight within there is very, very deep. And one of the major problems, maybe we'll open the line later on. One of the major problems too that people don't understand is that the sanction list is very long. It's very long. Just three people got sanctioned.
Mhm.
It shook the entire country. It shook the whole government. And the president went ahead and suspended the 3 people.
Okay.
So what will happen if we get 30 more people sanctioned? What will happen if you get 30 more people sanctioned?
And that's the entire government, though.
So I'm not saying the entire government, but
because if you sanction about 30%,
in
then
the number I'm telling you now, comprised of not just people in the executive.
Okay.
There are people also in the legislature
Oh,
that could
wow.
be sanctioned. Yeah, that could potentially be sanctioned. And not only that, there are people in the judiciary that could also be sanctioned. So at the end of the day, what is the president going to do? Is he going to suspend everybody else? That's why the president is between the hard place and the rock. The president, he doesn't know the extent to which the sanction will go and who all could be included in the sanction. So if he went ahead and just fire McGill and fire all the 3 guys, that means definitely if the other name comes up, the other name that will come up, you have to fire them as well, right? So the president don't know exactly who all going to be included. That's why the president is holding back. They're not investigating anything. He's afraid. Okay, if I fire all these people now, then what happens tomorrow? What if Samuel Tuani comes up? What if Akal Greg Nim, is up as a legislature? What if Thomas Falani come up? What if Buffer Chimba can come up? What if Judge Joma Jala, need come out?
Thomas Farah.
So, and those people, what's going to happen if the president went ahead and fired the first 3? The Liberian people will rise up and ask those people in the legislature to resign. Because if Alpo got fired, you will not stay there. So the president is holding back the decision that those guys will not come back. I believe they may not come back in their respective position. But To fire them, the president is kind of struggling with that. Because if you fire them, what happened to other people? Are you going to fire all of them? Are you going to fire everybody who name will be mentioned? You see the point? So now, my question to you and to the Liberian people, do we know who is investigating McGill, Betrawe, and Sharina Sifos? Do we know? They say they are investigating. They are carrying on due process. Do we know of anybody investigating those guys? But that's my question to you. And if those guys are really, really being investigated, Mabel.
But they are calling for investigation. But I don't know why is it that the government is maybe like not wanting to do any investigation. Let's say for now, because all of them are like calling for investigation. Yeah, you come and investigate us. In fact, we want to go to the court. We want to go to the law. You know, if we found guilty, you punish us. But then the government is still sleeping and saying no. We're not ready for you yet. In fact, continue to enjoy yourself, you know. So for me, that's how I see it for now. But yeah, Sekou, you just said it all. You know, one of the best things for me that all of the officials can do is resign. You know, resign and save your own name. You know, and stop the battling. You know, you want to battle like in fact what the international community or maybe US is.
So just resign and now wait for the president to fire you.
I think that would be good. If I were in the shoe, or maybe if that were me, I'm going to resign. You know, the best thing to do is to resign and just remain mute until when the law or maybe when they're ready for you, and you go there. Almost like the TRC, right? A lot of people that participated into the war and they sit by and so on. But by the time the TRC or established, everybody go there and explain. Those that were guilty, they found guilty. Those that maybe they wanted to go, they go by the business. So just resign and you know and just play that cool role for now. But that thing that you were just talking about not too long about the Nevada CDC, I think is serious, and you're right on that because yes, because that suspended minister group, and I don't know, but on a very serious note, I think even though they are supporting him for now, because maybe let's say he still have that little power and still enjoy small and that's an honor ground. You know, honor ground government, small thing, you know, because I think for now he still enjoys small thing because according to him, you know, some Lebanese people and he in fact, you know, he just bringing up a lot of things. So
I don't know about the way you understand the understanding of corruption that those that can go to Lebanese people they can ask them for money.
Yeah.
That's his understanding of corruption. He doesn't even know that the money he been dishing around even when he came here. When he came here, when you know, he's making here multiple times.
Yes,
they've been taking money from the Federal Reserve. Liberia had 158 million there when they took over. The last one I checked, they wouldn't have like 8 million left.
Wow!
And some people here, too, running their mouth. When I get to DC, they went there and get their cut. And we have record on that. They clearly. That's why most of them are so angry, so agitated. Why do you think Costa is angry about McGill being sanctioned? He doesn't work for this government. He doesn't like the government. He doesn't like President Weah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he want to fight corruption. But why was he angry for McGill to be suspended? Why is he angry for McGill to lose after to have lost access to money? Now you be the judge. You know, there are a lot of things going on with this McGill suspension. So the president Many people around the president, they are very happy for this suspension of McGill. And they want him to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
They want him to be replaced. But what happened? What happened to those who were benefiting from McGill? Those who were on monthly salary. What happened to
Mm-hmm.
those? So those are people that are angry. Those are people that really, 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 really don't want to see this thing going
Right.
on.
Mm-hmm.
But they have no choice. And let me tell you this. McGill still have some money.
Enough.
McGill had a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So if McGill decide to run for the Senate,
Mm-hmm.
some of the same people that I just mentioned to you, some of the names that I called, some of the names that I did not call,
Mm-hmm.
they will support McGill,
Mm-hmm.
directly or indirectly. In fact, they will say at least McGill is not in good terms with the president now.
Mm-hmm.
They will play victim card for McGill. But let's open a line in Liberia. Let's ask the people. Is the president going to finally fire McGill, or McGill will resign by himself? Based on the information we're hearing, that if McGill intends to run for Senate, is he going to resign, or the president will fire him? Open a line here from our people. Should McGill resign, or for the president to fire him?
All right. So if you're out there and so you can place in your call to be part of the show on 0770-2031-25. Again, 0770-203125. And what you make of the topic on a discussion? Yes, do you want the president to fire the suspended or minister Minister Nathaniel McGill, or you want him to resign? What do you really want? So, okay. So let me get to the line and pick my first caller. Hello. Yeah, my brother. Good evening. What's your name and from where you join us? Okay, Daniel, go ahead. Oh, okay. So Daniel's off the line. So let me get to the line, pick this call. I don't know what's happening, but keep your calls coming to 0770-2031-25, and you'll be live on Truth FM 96.1 and make your own contribution to the show. What do you want the president to do? Fire, or the people should resign? So keep your call 203125, and please, a minute or hello. Yeah, how you doing? Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that means small shame better than big shame, right? Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so you want him to resign. And to the caller, hello? Hello? Please don't hold the line, though. Yeah, a lot of calls coming. Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank God. What's your name and from where you join us?
Thank you. I'm Nathan N. to the way.
Okay.
I'm from Chuporo County.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my brother, thank you for this time. For me, it's not strange to me that this government, even Nathaniel McGill and the rest of those guys, will steal Liberian people money. That's why I did not even catch my
The message.
What I can tell you now is that the president will not dismiss Nathaniel McGill. But Nathaniel McGill will continue to be under that sanction while he's still receiving money from this government, because they all know what they are doing. There is nothing strange that happened to McGill that the rest of the guys don't know. So Joe Gasta, he knows well. So he can dismiss Nathaniel McGill without any further investigation. But he will remain under that sanction while he continues to receive his money.
All right. Thank you so much. He will remain under that sanction while you can, in fact, while stay collecting, elating every month. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm okay. Anyway, my name is Maggie and I'm calling from my TV.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, I'll let you know another thing. What I'm really going to see because to buy is because I just told my radio home. Anyway, I'm sorry. But I heard from the trying to say that Majesty have a lot of money.
You say instead doing.
I just listened to another thing saying that my girl still have a lot of money. They try to say that money. So if you only trying to tell her that they are still taking it like people, right?
They are still doing what?
My girl got a lot of money, got nothing to do. What are they going to find? What I got to say? Let him resign.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I know. A lot of things you're saying we can't easily get you here. Hello. Hello. All right. So keep a calls coming to 0770-203125 and you'll be live on Truth FM and make your input on the topic on the discussion. Hello. Yeah. What's your name and from where you join us?
Yeah, my name is Socrates Rogan and I'm condition number 10.
Okay. Socrates, go ahead.
Yeah, I really want to know the people that are censoring the people that in the country. I really want to know where they're coming from and who are those people.
All right, America.
I've been hearing that rumor and I want to know who are those people. Where was they when our country was so in the name of race, when local money was taken away by Ramaselli, our central bank was empty, we were protesting around from Ramaselli selling the country one of us. They didn't censor nobody.
Okay.
So they want to bring the hate peace we are after the people have destroyed our future. They hate peace with Ghana. They want to destroy the peace again.
So okay, hello. So yeah. So what you want the president to do? That just simple question: fire or you want the man to resign? Okay. All right, the president will not let it to. I got anything. Say, will not be coming. Yeah.
He said they put censoring people. So he thinking that it is always people that censoring them.
And second, that's just the kind of thing. So many people they don't even listen to news. They don't even you don't follow. Yeah, you don't even follow. They're talking about people breaking. It's just so interesting for our people, man. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing? What's your name and from where you join us?
I'm calling from Gainesville.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Joseph Star. I would prefer them to resign and my president to dismiss them. My president, where to dismiss them? I don't think we come out because I don't think that this guy can where is the way.
That means when you rob bush, maybe the one maybe the president will fire them.
Especially Victoria and Maggie.
Okay.
Maybe they should dismiss them. I don't think we come out because all their negative here away. So save Liberia, let them resign.
Okay, thank you so much. Let them resign. To this caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello. My name is Yawaya Polo.
Okay. All right, that's great.
I want to say that the president should fire Maggie, and I want the international community to put more pressure on the president that all those that the put on sanctions shouldn't run for no public in Liberia. That's too much.
Okay, I think.
International community put pressure on the president, please don't say the Maggie and whosoever that it shouldn't run for no state power.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that beautiful input. And yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
How you doing? What's your name and from where you join us?
I'm Peter D. Yan and I come from Duboro.
Okay, that's good. Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the president must be strict in taking the decision so far because he cannot sacrifice the entire government for 3 people. I think it will be prudent enough for the president to take a decided decision on this issue because when America sanction you, I mean, it's scary, right? Very scary. So I think there's a need that the president take a decision on this issue so that at least it can be resolved quickly.
Okay, all right. So keep a calls coming to 0770-2031-25. Another one, maybe Steve want to take off on our side. Yeah, but Steve, let me just Segu. On a very serious note, this lady that just called, that talk about, these people shouldn't run. I think that one is serious problem in this country, because when the people do bad things on the other side, they run on the other side, So I don't know, but let me take more calls.
So you got some calls?
Yeah, I get someone on the line, so that put in just go through quick. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah. What's your name and from where you join us?
I call from Quebec. My name is Smoke Buchukumi.
Okay, Smoke, go ahead.
You know,
You want the president to dismiss or the guy they should resign at least maybe peacefully, as me say.
corruption has been in existence, and government comes and go and tries to make attempt to make sure that is abolished, but it has been difficult. Okay,
Okay.
and nowadays to have even heard the name of public servant name connected to corruption. They were here, they have been here, and stay here. But those days we came out as young people when we used to hear that this minister or this official of government is being linked to corruption. That in itself was a mockery to the family of that person. It was a big shame, big disgrace, to the point where if the person even has a son going to school among his peers, they will be forced to drop from school.
Okay.
So corruption has become a sport for everyone.
Okay.
So if you think that the president is going to take this action as people would think that the Maggie and the likes of him, we're just wasting our time. In the first place, where is the office of the president? The president is running the country, restaurant in their room.
Okay, so we now want to go to all that one. So yeah, you just ask one question, you just answer the question. If you want to maybe give one or two input, at least that would be okay, but not to take most of our time, yeah. So Sekou, I don't know whether you there. Yeah, if you're there, then you gotta take over. We'll get 10 more minutes. We'll get 10 more minutes to go. The other program on our back.
Exactly. So we're good. That's why I always like to listen to our folks in Liberia. Not everybody's stupid. Some people are very smart. Some people are very outspoken. They speak their mind on issues. And some people they are not happy, but they don't know how to express themselves. But majority of Liberians are sick and tired of the way things been going with this government. I don't know. People now start calling you. I didn't even tell them to call. 763 number. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is McDonald Yahweh. I'm calling from Minnesota.
McDonald Yahweh, how you doing?
I'm fine. My brother Sebu. When it comes to corruption, to Mangeo, how much is his year salary? How many make a month as a minister? Don't have if I'm Mangeto and you're corrupting banger. You told that you're corrupting banger.
He did.
So we kind of commercial those guys are corrupt. Mange, especially Mange, how much look how he is border grace. Look at the how he took him being banger. How many days he took to bear on banger? All of things should have Mange is corrupt. So those guys are very corrupt. Except Mange is corrupt to the highest. I can only another auditor. And not I don't have no business idea or as a thinking I can order my Mange. You see there, I can use it only 5 years ago when you need to live.
The internet, yeah.
How much
So we left with 9 more minutes to go.
I'm gonna work. Tell me, I can order my easily. The guy is very corrupt. Thank you, Sedu. That's a contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So the corruption thing, that one is out of question. We know exactly the corruption is real in Liberia. But one of the reasons why everybody keeps saying, I'm not corrupt, is because many of the people are just being accused, but they haven't had a day in court to be convicted for corruption. However, the corruption of these guys, especially this government, is so clear, they themselves, they cannot even deny anymore. So let's see here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 717. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So, what do you think? The president should fire them or they should resign by themselves?
The matter of fact here is the president is afraid you want to go for the second term in election. So you don't want to say fire nothing. You want for them to leave by themselves. But by right, according to what he said, persecution, he's not persecuting nobody. Because he's very afraid that that team against them will bring out. I see they feel you back on their gonna say, you want me to campaign for you, I can campaign for you, all that one there. That have on there with us, they just pretty soon president fire there. President knows this one happen, this one happen. You know there's stealing not only from the people's side. The first thing from the beginning of the president's term, he took offer that more than $200 against the policy. He campaigned with Prince Johnson. So I want everybody that gets session, nobody to step by government. This will be the largest demonstration in Liberia. We'll go to NEC office. Anybody that gets session, you're not registered to that NEC office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, but the thing is, you think NEC will stop the people from registering? I think Liberian people themselves, you don't vote for anybody who is being sanctioned.
Yes.
For corruption. Don't vote for them.
I think
you can't depend on NEC. We hear NEC, we are people there. They don't want to appoint all these people. The people that were there to remove them and decided to bring people there, their own people in there. So you saw what happened in Brandon Samuka case. NEC still allowed Brandon Samuka to run, even though he was already convicted by the lower court.
So one of the best things to do is
the people
don't
of
vote
Liberia
for them because
refuse to vote for people
if you
who
say maybe the election commission, then yeah.
So yes, neighbor, I was kind of struggling with your. It looked like it's kind of sticky. If you can hear me,
yes, I don't.
Yeah, the internet is still.
No, our internet. I don't know, but keep misbehaving here, so I don't know about. Yeah, so election commission, who stopped them? Let me be frank. Because
you're not going to stop them.
No, everyone have the right to participate. Everyone have the right to go to the voting process. As a citizen and above the age 18. When you are not in prison, that's the first thing. At least if you get by right, if we don't want them maybe to participate, as you were saying, carry them to the court or carry them to the law, and when they found guilty, take them in prison. But the people are free, they're parading around, enjoying all the best life, riding all the leisure cars, moving around here and there. You say, in fact, they will not be they're going to participate. So the best thing you can do as a people is vote them out. Don't vote for them, leave them, or even don't take money from them, because sometimes I guess that maybe they'll go around campaigning.
So you think what is the motivation behind McGill's decision to say want to run for Senate in La Play? Because the way they receiving the other day, right? So
yes,
how is that different from people saying
very long time?
You came a man, you came a pa, I'll vote for
the man been doing work. Let me be frank. The man been doing work, small. Let me just say that way. The man been doing some underground work, but because he trying to do everything possible that 2023 he run for the Senate position there. That's what he really been doing. If he really been doing that work underground work for a very long time, but unfortunately that the sanction spoiled everything. So be it whether you want to run or whether you will run or not, I think the best thing is for the people to reject him. But trust me, before this month end, the people are going to petition him. And he would use the same people, So the man going to use that position. He want to go there because that when in there, the international community will not come and say, I'm taking from here to care, So most of them are what they're doing. They want to be hiding behind.
They want to use the Prince Johnson.
Thank you.
And Vanish Sharma scenario.
Exactly.
Even though America has problem with them, and international community got problem with them, America even sanctioned Vanish Sharma, and then Prince Johnson was even asked to resign the position he was given. the chairman on security and national security and stuff like that. But yet they may stay in the Senate, making decisions for the Liberian people and eating Liberian people money every day. So that's
so we had to go.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you to you and everybody else following on the radio. I want to say thank you to. So we'll be here tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be here from the start, and we'll have a very, very good conversation tomorrow.
Okay, so I want to say many thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for all your role. For those of you that participated, those of you that call in, I want to say thank you so much. All your points were all taken. Continue to do the best for man Liberia. So Seku, on tomorrow, by God's grace, on tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, brother. Thank you very much.
All right, so there you have it. So
I want to say thank you to all of you for sticking around. And again, I was trying to pin the number, but I do not have enough time here. However, I'll still pin it for the next maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I will talk about some of these things that we were discussing today, especially when it comes to the president, his inner circle, and those that are sanctioned. For Bill Traore is not going to run. I mean, he's not going to resign. I mean, he's not going to be fired. He's going to resign because he's still going to run for Senate position in Riverside. For this guy, Serena Sifos, he's probably going to be pressured to resign. For McGill still believes that his service to this government, is his entitlement. He believes that he's entitled to the position. He believed that he made this government because he was the chairman of the party when they won the election. And he was one of the strategists behind everything that they are doing, including corruption. So for him to be taken out, he alone, that is an affront to him. He feels like he's been discriminated against. He feels like they were foul played by the president and his surrounding to get him out. But the funny thing about this whole McGill situation, those who are happy that McGill is being suspended or maybe sanctioned, they are not sure as to who is going to be given the position. They are not sure whether they too will get a position. They don't know who, in fact, they don't know who's going to replace McGill. So it's very, 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 very funny. A lot of people talk about, CPP, they are divided. Oh, no, opposition, they are divided. But at the end of the day, Jowia will just win. Some people even daydreaming, saying that Jowia can even win first round. CDC is divided more than the opposition. The young people feel disenchanted. Somebody at my door. Let me try to go help this person open it. Just a second, folks. Who took the knife? So you're sorry, oh, you're sorry. Somebody at my door, and I need to open the door for my daughter. Yeah, so TDC is more divided than the CPP. So at the end of the day, people will be yelling, oh, opposition, they're not together, they're not together. CDC are more divided. And we're going to come to a point where they may even put another person out against George Weah. CDC could do that. It's very possible. Many of them thought this issue of McGill will somehow remedy their problem in a way that, your Weah will bring on those guys who've been, making noise here and there. But George Weah is not that kind of person. The Lester Turning, the George Solo, all the other guys that are making noise from the sideline, including Eugene Fagon, Joey are never going to forgive them and bring them over. And the McGill faction will never forgive George Weah. They may join other people to fight George Weah. So the show is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. But again, we'll be here tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. We will tell you exactly what we're going to talk about before tomorrow. But trust me, it's getting interesting by the day. George Weah, McGill, Moluba Molu, things not well with them. Trust me, we know it. So all the things you can see, they are doing it to make you feel like everything is okay. But everything's not okay. With the opposition, we know now that Kumi's ANC and Liberty Party, they will get a collaboration called CPP or coalition, whatever they call it, collaboration, if you will. We know that DAL, the Democratic Alliance of Liberia, they are on their own. So the idea that they were going to be with, working with Joseph Numa Boakai, the Unity Party, that's not going to be the case. Because they are saying if Unity Party is going to join them, you're going to have to register as DAL, Democratic Alliance of Liberia. And Unity Party people are saying if anybody will join them, you're going to have to carry their name. They don't want to lose the brand. The name Unity Party, that's why they want to carry. So that means the other collaboration will not stand. And if DL will go without the Unity Party, who are they going to carry for president? Who are they going to carry? So it's getting interesting by the day. And at the end of the day, nobody will win one first round. But I believe in the second round, whoever will make it to the second round as an opposition will take the presidency. I believe that. Because almost all the opposition, everybody in the opposition, believe that they are better than the current president. Believe that they will support one or the other against President Weah. So in the end, it will boil down to what we call a binary choice. You will either go with the opposition or you go with the CDC. And I believe a lot of people would prefer going with the opposition. especially when the CDC themselves are divided. You know, in Liberia, people can be so wicked to the extent that they can say, if I can't get it, you should not get it. Let's work for everybody. And that is the position the CDC are in right now. Especially the ones that kind of feeling disenchanted, the one that feeling like, you know, we fought for this party for 12 years. Now the people came and took power. They don't care about us. They're not going to vote for CDC. They have done it twice. They voted for Dillon 2 times. So saying that Dillon and some people will never support Cummings, I don't know. People got it right to support who they want to support. But if Dillon, let's say now Cummings goes second round with your George Weah, and Dillon say no, I can't support Cummings, I want to support George Weah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We can choose to support whoever we want to support. But your decision says a lot about you, about who you are. Whether you really fighting for the country or you fighting for yourself. Or this is just, you know, a lip service to the people, lying to the people that you're fighting for them, but yes, you know, you are in it for your personal ego. That's on them. Similarly, if this thing ends up between Buckeye and George Weah, if you are NC, you say no, I don't want to support Buckeye. I'll vote for George Weah. That's on you. It says a lot about you and what you've been saying about the country. So I'm not going to really judge anybody as to what you do, but I believe at the end of the day, if you are saying the truth about this president, this government, if you're serious about what you're saying and you believe in it, you shouldn't even scratch your head as to who you're going to vote for in the second round. But what if? I'm not sure about this, but what if the decision now becomes between Buckeye and Cummings? Let's say the two opposition go to the second round. Who do you think the decision will support? Cummings or Buckeye? We don't know. But we'll stop there for today. You'll be blessed and you'll have a wonderful day. Because today I was not ready to come on the show, but Steve said he could not stay for the whole time. And I told him I was going to come to maybe end the show for him. And now we are around the 2-hour mark. We'll leave it there for today. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.